On this week's episode of Today I Would Like to Share,
Today, I thought we would give some advice.
very unusual wedding traditions from around the world.
Is that city bigger?
Hello and welcome to Today I Would Like to Share, where we take some time out of our busy lives to share the things important to us. My name is Kyle, and with me today, you can catch him on his OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/givememoneyhoney, Jordan.
Just because you're promoting it here, I'll give everyone half off. It's only $45.55 for the next month.
Oh my god, so generous. Man, that's a hell of a sale. And he found the fountain of youth, but destroyed it after figuring out the water tastes like cucumber. Andrew.
The guide told me that it was certain to taste like Dr. Pepper. I'm not going to stand for that kind of just...
Debauchery.
I don't even know the word I'm looking for. It's an absolutely atrocious thing to do. Lie about the flavor of the fountain of youth.
Absolutely.
Honestly, if they had told me that it was cucumber up front, I would have been fine with it. But it was more the lie that made me destroy it.
And it's more about the principle of the fact, you know?
Just
Yeah,
hope
exactly.
it doesn't taste like those boys' eggs that you did an episode on.
There was a little, kind of a hint of pee there, too, which I thought it was probably people just misusing the fountain, but another reason to destroy it, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. So, gentlemen, how's your prostate doing?
It's been a while since a self-examination, probably like 25 minutes, so I should probably check again.
Yeah, you should be checking it
I am
every
getting
7 minutes
older.
and 34 seconds.
So I guess I better check.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? We should just have a prostate checking party.
Oh, yeah.
Group up,
Yeah.
check each
Well,
other's prostate.
we answered. How about you, Kyle? How's yours?
Oh, yeah, my pees have been regular. I haven't been going too frequently, so I think I'm good.
That's good.
I drink a lot of water, so I actually do pee a lot. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
a medical concern or not.
No.
Only
it just
one
means
way
you're
to
a
find
hydro
out.
homie.
I am a hydro homie. I mean, I never not have this water bottle full of water, and I'm also always drinking it and refilling it. So that could
Yeah.
explain it, but I'm gonna have to check my prostate one more time real quick.
Just
Yeah.
to be safe.
So you guys excited for season 2?
Yeah. Very
Season
excited.
2.
Season 2.
Is this
I
it?
did. I decided on my drive home from work today that this is season 2.
Cool. So
Season
we're gonna
2.
restart our episode number count.
Year
Oh, that's a
2.
great idea.
Season 2, episode
Season
1.
2.
I love it. I think we should, honestly.
The name of this episode. Apparently, this is season 2.
Season 2, episode 1.
If you're listening to this, don't.
Don't. Season 2. The motto for season 2
Listen to
is,
season 1 first.
Don't.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to season 1 yet, you're gonna need to listen to every episode for this episode to make sense.
Exactly,
This is
yeah.
a
You
continuing storyline.
You
already
already
missed
won't.
out.
Yeah, you already won't understand a reference that I just referenced.
Yeah, there's like 3 arcs of character development that you need to get before this makes any sense at all. So.
Yeah.
And some
Yeah.
said that three character arcs in a single season was too much, but we did it. And you're gonna have to go back and listen to figure it out.
There might be
Yeah,
a
the
mystery
season-
fourth one at the end of some of the episodes.
Yeah, there's subtext. There's a lot of subtext.
A lot of subtext. Season 1 starts with me discovering that I have a prostate, and then I've just been checking it every 7 minutes since then.
Yeah.
All right, I want to. Hey, actually, before I take this forward, I don't know if that's a real OnlyFans. Go at your own discretion.
If it is, you're welcome for the shout out.
Yeah, you're welcome. Alrighty, so today I would like to share. Actually, I think today we would like to share some advice. So, you guys are aware that there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and you can't always trust everything you hear, because there's a lot of people out there who want to manipulate you for their own means and just generally put bad information out in the air. So, today I thought we would give some advice.
I love it.
because yeah, I just think the world needs some more good advice out there. So I have with me today some questions that I sourced from a site called advicinators.com.
Oh, boy.
That sounds like a good source.
Yeah, I'm sure it's right up on par with the Yahoo Answers and WikiHow. So it is.
What a great way to kick off season 2.
Yeah, season 2 banger right here. All right. So first question. You guys ready? I mean, we should
I'm
probably
ready.
take this serious again. I want to get some good info out there in the world.
Yeah, there's a ton of misinformation out there. Let's
just
do our
way too
part
much.
and correct
Way
correct
too much.
some of it.
So this one's entitled, "When does church start on Sundays?" And the question goes, when does church start on Sundays?
That's the question that somebody wanted to know. Somebody's out there just like lost. Can't
Yeah.
find church, can't find when it starts on Sunday. They're looking for advice. Okay.
Well,
Yeah. Go ahead, Jordan.
no, go ahead.
You can't say go ahead after I gave you a go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's different in each neck of the woods, you know? So I want to hear about your church goings.
Look, I don't know if this guy goes to the same church as me, but if he does, it definitely doesn't start on Sundays. So he's got the wrong day.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, when does it start for you?
I celebrate the time right in between Tuesday and Wednesday. A lot of people don't know this, but right as midnight strikes on Tuesday, you actually get another hour. Most people don't use it, but there's a free hour there just sitting right between Tuesday and Wednesday that a lot of people don't know about. And that's when my church meets. That way we don't take away too much time from our other activities, but we can still be spiritual.
I have a question.
Well,
Yeah.
How often in your church during this free hour do you check each other's prostates?
I mean, it kind of. All right. In all transparency, it's not a church, okay? It's just a gathering of like-minded people who are concerned about their prostates.
Hey man, spirituality and religion it is what you want it to be.
that's interesting.
Health is important, and what better way to connect to your spirit than through health?
Can I have a shot at this question?
But yeah, of course.
Well, growing up, there was always one thing that my family said that helped me remember when church started. And it was this. When you wake up on a Sunday morning and you have time to eat a banana and throw that banana peel away, you're already too late. Church starts when you wake up.
That's some.
Is that a
very
for real? Is that a for real
profound
thing your
advice.
family said, or
Absolutely not.
okay?
That was off the top of the dome.
I was gonna say, man, that actually kind of sounds like your family a little bit. So
Whoa.
Honestly, sounds like
That's weird. My
a-
family wasn't religious at all.
right, which is why it was always too late to go to church.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of see that. Yeah, honestly, I like it. It's profound. If you thought about a banana before you thought about church, then maybe the banana's more important.
Then your soul is too late to save.
Yeah, your soul's gone. Might as well have a banana.
Banana's a phallic-shaped object, so you've already sinned.
Lingered in your hand for a little too long. You thinking about penis?
Usually, wait.
That's what I would accuse somebody if I saw them holding a banana on a Sunday morning.
So, if you don't know when church is on Sunday, I would suggest you just go at 8:00 and stay there all day.
Yeah, I don't think they can kick you out.
I think it's against.
And technically, it's
I
always
think it's
open.
against God's law.
Doors are always unlocked at a church.
That is not true, but I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah, I feel like there would be risk of the organ being stolen or something.
Also, the doors to God's love is always open. So,
Beautiful.
all right. So I think we got that one.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
I think there's some good, useful information there. So this next one is titled hyphen greater than symbol ? And the question is, why?
Oh, yeah. This is actually pretty common for people to get tripped up here.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why is because it's shaped like a penis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. I was thinking. Yeah.
You don't actually need any more reason than that.
True.
Well,
it's okay to just draw a penis.
Well, I think the reason why they're asking why is because there's one too many hyphens in that penis.
Oh, this is like a recreation of a specific individual's penis.
Oh man, that's a very pointy.
And
penis.
they got the size wrong. So they're asking, is that what you're saying? They're asking why? Why did you include this many hyphens? This is...
Well, yeah, and if you look at all the classic art, look at the old Roman statues. I mean,
right.
Come on.
This is Jan Stevens' penis, and you've misrepresented it. Why?
Why?
So I recently played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and on the first island, right? You can climb up a statue of Zeus, and he's hanging dong, dude, and it's a huge statue. So you can literally just be hanging on this dude's penis. And it was pretty cool. I don't want to say it fulfilled my life, because that makes me sound like a boring human being, but it felt pretty good.
Yeah. I can imagine that feeling really good, even outside of a video game. Imagine there's just a giant penis statue that you could hang off of in your local park.
You're hanging dong on a hanging dong?
Hanging dong on a dong.
Maybe that's what the question was. Why isn't there something like this I can go visit?
Oh, maybe that's what the why was. Why is this not in my local park?
Yeah. I think we do. I think the world does need a lot more giant statues of naked people.
Yeah, I think we would argue a lot less about trivial things if we could all just gather around the big penis statue.
I reckon there should be one on every corner, like Walgreens.
Wait, yeah, why would anybody ever argue about politics when you could be arguing about why there are so many giant statues of naked people in the world?
True, yeah. I agree. That's really something that we could build some solidarity with.
All right. So I got one more here. It is titled, "What should we do if there's nothing in your mind?" And the question goes, what should we do if there's nothing in your mind?
Wow, the wording of this question, it has me a little baffled, because it seems like this person is representing a group. This is not an individual problem that's been posted.
That's a good point.
Some people have come together to solve this problem. What should we do?
Yeah,
but
there's
they're talking
three
about
people.
But you, right? Is that the way the question's worded? Can you read it again?
What should we do if there's nothing in your mind?
So it's this committee is concerned about me.
Yeah. Specifically you. I think in here it says Andrew.
I think there's only one explanation to this, and obviously it's Bill Gates. He's reading your mind with the 5G chip, and he's worried because there's nothing in your mind. So he's asking, what should we do as a society to fix Andrew's mind?
Yeah. So Jordan, what should we do to fix Andrew?
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Well, what's in your mind right now?
Nothing.
I mean,
that's the problem.
It's weird. They got it right. It's nothing.
Well, maybe put something there, and then you're fixed.
Yeah.
Do I just tape something to the top of my head, or what do you mean?
What do you do? Go ahead.
I think we should get a dream machine and go 3 dreams deep.
Yes.
And find some children and make you think you have kids.
We're gonna need Joseph Gordon-Levitt to pull this off.
Yeah. None of the other actors in that movie, just Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Well, everyone knows that he's the one that made it work.
Yeah, absolutely. All this talk about mazes and bullshit, that was stupid.
Yeah.
It was
was
Joseph
dumb.
Gordon-Levitt running on the side of a hallway.
And damn, did he look good doing it.
Damn, did he look great doing it.
I think we cared him, because now he's thinking about Joseph
Yeah,
Gordon-Levitt.
I was just gonna say
We gotta
I've
do
got
him!
something in my mind now. I'm thinking about Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Beautiful. Beautiful. God, we're good at this.
Fuck you, Bill Gates.
Fuck you, Bill Gates. All right. So, I did want to ask you guys, what's the worst piece of advice you've ever gotten?
Wow. That's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I've gotten some really bad advice before.
Do you want me to go first to give you a little moment to think?
If you have an idea, I'd love to hear it.
I do. And I don't know if this is exactly advice, but back in, what grade was it? 8th grade, 7th or 8th grade. So 7th grade, go to a new school, right? So this building had 7th and 8th graders in it. And it was the first day of school, and I wasn't really sure where I was and where I was supposed to go. So I stopped somebody who looked older than me, and I go, "Hey, where's B Hall?" Because that's where my class was. It was in B Hall. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, that's just right down that way and then take a right." And I was like, "Oh, sweet, thanks." So I do that, and I end up fucking I don't know where. It definitely wasn't D Hall. Or sorry, it definitely wasn't B Hall. So I then proceeded to, as the bell's ringing and I am now late to class, walk around the school trying to find B Hall. And it turns out B Hall was where I was when I asked the person the question, "Where is B Hall?" And that still frustrates me to this day.
Yeah, that... I mean, poor past you, but that's pretty funny, honestly.
I feel like that's what happens when you ask anyone for directions randomly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You know what? They can't bother to help you, but they sure will take some time out of their day to screw you over.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I can't think of much, but I do have an example that's happened to me in the past week.
Let's hear that.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
And I don't really know if this counts as advice. It's more just somebody being an ass, or maybe they were serious. They're just stupid. But so obviously at work we're pretty short-staffed on drivers because pandemic and all that fun stuff. But there was one day where we didn't have a driver in until like 11, and some guy wanted a delivery order at 10:30, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we actually can't deliver till 11." And I explained why, and he's like, "Well, maybe you should hire some drivers." And I was like, "Oh, wow, I didn't think about that. That's such a good idea." And yeah. So, I don't know if
Whoa, man, you should work here. You're full of all kinds of ideas.
Right.
Let me give you the corporate's head, phone number.
I think we just found our new CEO.
Yeah, oh man, that was great. It was funny.
People suck.
Yeah, some very sound advice.
Yeah.
I can't think of any specific bad advice, but I know a category where I've received probably the most bad advice is in like anything to do with owning a dog. As soon as like somebody else, if they have a dog and they find out that you have a dog, they suddenly want you to operate with your dog the exact same way that they operate with theirs.
Okay.
So I've gotten a lot of just like strangers telling me or Karina what to do with the dog. And it's like, I think we've got it figured out.
Right.
I've had this dog for a number of years. Like, I think we're okay.
It's still alive. It seems happy. I think we're okay.
I've met your dog. It seemed very happy.
I'm jealous. I have not.
Next time we bring her to Michigan, we'll stop by.
All right.
Dog party.
Dog party.
Well, thanks for sharing. Those are some
Yeah.
some good questions.
Thanks for helping me put some positive information out there. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm glad we could correct some of that misinformation. Thanks, Carl.
Yeah.
Maybe we should make that a recurring segment.
There are a lot of question sites that we can pull stuff from. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Well, today I would like to share some very unusual wedding traditions from around the world.
Oh.
I wanted to do this a while back when we were thinking about recording before Kyle's wedding to give him some ideas,
Yeah.
but that's all right.
Oh yeah, I'm married now.
Yeah, Kyle's married now, and so is Andrew still. But
Yeah, luckily
You're
no
curious.
divorces. That's good. That's good.
but yeah, I have a list here. I'll probably share maybe 3 or 4 of them. And then I'll have a question for you guys at the end, because just restating our format for those new in season 2.
Yeah.
Cool.
But our first category takes us to South Korea. There is a tradition there where, following the wedding ceremonies, grooms are subjected to having their feet beaten by their groomsmen. It's yes, beaten with a stick, or in some cases a dried fish.
Okay. Well, that just makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Dried fish. Who doesn't want to take a dried fish to the foot? But obviously it's painful, but the ritual's over quickly, and is supposed to be more of an amusing act of punishment, apparently.
Yeah,
But-
that doesn't sound that too unusual. I mean, like, the bachelor party, whatever, messing with the groom, or the
Right.
groomsman messing with the groom is pretty standard, probably
sure.
across the board.
Well, this is
Like, a ceremonial foot beating is a interesting way to approach it.
Yeah,
And
it's like, is it so they can't run away on their wedding day?
well here.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah.
Well, it's after their wedding, after the ceremonies. And
okay.
the reason this is a tradition, it's meant as a test of the newly wedded husband's strength and character.
You think you'd want to do that before the ceremony?
You would think,
So
but
you can stop
It's
it.
kind of like, 1, are you physically strong? 2, can you take a joke? Maybe, and like emotionally strong, because like it's all your friends that are doing the beating.
well, my question is, what happens if, like, they can't take it? Is that just a bad sign and they end up getting a divorce, like, instantly? Like, what's up with that?
If the
I don't
guy
know.
like gets one hit to the foot and he's just curled up into a ball crying,
Exactly. Yeah.
does the bride leave?
Or just like has a temper tantrum.
I imagine if it's your friends doing the beating, that it's probably they don't go too hard.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't see any of that, or didn't get to do that at Kyle's wedding.
Yeah.
him.
I kind of wish we would have though. That sounds fun.
That's never too late.
Like people
next
walk into the
cabinet.
reception hall. When people walk into the reception hall and it's like, "Hey, Kyle, what's all the dried fish for?" It's like, "Oh, buddy, you're gonna love this."
Just wait and see.
We're gonna put on a show.
First, we're gonna beat my feet with them, and then we're gonna make a delicious fish stock.
Yeah. With my feet.
All right. Well, on to the next one. We are traveling to Scotland. This ritual is called blackening, and it is very weird. But here we go.
Yeah,
Usually,
sounds vaguely racist.
yeah, I didn't. Yeah, you're right. I did think about that, but usually taking place the day before a wedding. Blackening involves the bride or groom's friends seizing the soon-to-be wed and covering them in a mixture of treacle, soot, feathers, and flour before noisily parading them through the streets.
Wait, so they get tarred and feathered?
Yeah.
Yep, and then they get paraded through the streets.
That
okay.
sounds fun. I'd be down.
That
for
sounds fun. Yeah, both of these
Yeah.
rituals kind of sound like, hey, it's your big day. We're going to need to humiliate you a little bit.
Do you have
which
any-
is to be expected.
Well, do you have any guesses to why they do this? Why they carry out this
It's
tradition?
both of them, right? Like,
Uh,
both partners
usually-
that are getting married are treated this way?
Usually it's the bride, but there are times where it is both of them.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Then my reasoning doesn't make as much sense. I was just thinking it's like, here's a ordeal for you two to have to go through together. as like a feat of strength before your wedding.
Right. That's a good guess. I mean, I'm sure that's part of it.
I mean, that could maybe still apply if you're just doing it to one individual, but it seems a little more cruel if that's the reasoning, which makes me think that's not the reasoning.
Well, the reasoning is it's carried out to ward off evil spirits.
Dude, I was totally gonna say that.
Well, hey,
I should have answered. I should have answered. I was about to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go with the cop out answer for any ritual is to ward off evil spirits.
That's the get out of jail free card for rituals.
Yeah. Like one person wanted to haze their friend like 800 years ago.
Right, yeah. It's just about messing
they did
with
a
people.
bad thing and then said it was to ward off evil spirits.
Wouldn't it be funny if we tarred and feathered these people before their wedding? Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Okay, well, can we come up with a reason?
I imagine it started way, way back in the day, and it was just something fun for like kings to do to people or something. I don't know.
Well, except for in the historical film Braveheart, we learned that they just like to fuck your wife before you do. So
That's true. That's true. Well, I got two more for you. One of them is I'm saving the best for last. My favorite one. That's a pretty short one, but the next two are reside in China. This first one is called the crying ritual. It's kind of strange. A month before being married, the brides will cry for 1 hour each day. 10 days into the ritual, the bride is joined by her mother, and 10 days after that, the bride's grandmother joins the weeping duo, and eventually other family members will start joining the ceremony. So basically they have to cry for an hour each day.
that is weird.
Yeah, up
That is
to
weird.
a month before the wedding.
I mean, it sounds a little cathartic, to be honest. Just be like, hey, go cry for an hour. All that, anything you're holding on to, just let go of it. But I feel like after the first day, you might run out of things to cry.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
weird. And there's not really a reasoning for this. Apparently, the only thing that they say is it's to basically prepare for marriage.
Oh, cool. That does not sound good.
Yeah. So
Wait,
I don't know.
they're expecting you to have to cry a lot throughout your marriage? Maybe it was like more traditional for. You know what? You probably have the reasoning, but here's my made-up origin story for this right now.
Okay.
One time, a long, long time ago, there was this couple that had been arranged to get married, and the daughter that was getting married away from her family was absolutely distraught that she was being forced into a loveless marriage and she was going to be miserable for the rest of her life. And so she was crying every day leading up into the wedding. And so to cover up the fact that their daughter did not want anything to do with this arranged marriage, the parents pretended like this was ceremonial crying in preparation for the wedding and that it was a good thing.
You know, you're not that far off. The ritual is said to date back to China's Warren State era, when the mother of a princess broke down in tears at her daughter's wedding.
So basically, whoever was in charge then was like, whoa, 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 if you got crying to do, get that out of the way before the wedding.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're really disrupting the ceremony here. Get that shit out of here.
I
Cry it out of your
understand we all
system.
need to cry sometimes, but you've had days before this wedding to get your crying done. You need to schedule it ahead of time.
You had a whole life before getting married to cry. You're married now, so stop.
Just don't. Just don't.
Just don't.
You ever thought about just not?
You gotta dry up them tear ducts a month before your wedding. Now, that being said, that ritual is very uncommon nowadays. Apparently, some people still do it, but it's not as common as it used to be. And now,
Just not that much to cry about anymore.
on to perhaps my favorite weird wedding ritual, and this one also resides in China, and it is called shooting the bride.
Okay.
Huh?
Yep. This sounds fun.
Now, believe it or not, this is not as deadly as it sounds. But here's what this is. The groom must shoot 3 arrows, none with the arrowheads, at the bride. Which would also still be painful, even without the arrowheads.
Yeah. Just less deadly.
When it is done, the groom will pick them up and break them in half to signify their love for each other is forever. That's it.
Can I go out ahead and say that when me and Amber were discussing the wedding, plan, archery never once came up, and I'm very, very sad about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
how
know
cool
why I'm
would it
not
be?
always trying to work archery into my life. I should just be doing that at all times.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been thinking about taking a class or something on it.
On archery?
Yeah, I think it'd be kind
I
of
mean,
fun.
this is the complete sidebar, but archery is a ton of fun. I used to do archery competitions when I was a kid.
Nice.
And I was terrible at it, and I was super young, 8, 9, I want to say, around that time. So I don't recall too much of it, but it was a lot of fun.
I would love to just. There's places where you can just go and learn how to do it.
Yeah. Well, there's ranges
Yeah.
Yeah.
in quite a
It'd be
few
fun.
There's
places.
actually one here in San Diego in Balboa Park where you can hang out inside the park and shoot bows and arrows at stuff.
That's cool.
That's awesome. But yeah, missed opportunity for sure at your wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
Definitely.
maybe one day when you renew your vows.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys can just shoot bows and arrows at each other.
Gonna
Whoever
pitch
gets
this-
whoever gets hit first has to pay for the vow ceremony.
Whenever I start pitching to Amber our vow renew, we're like, okay, so archery, right? You just
Yeah, that's how you start. Have you heard of archery?
Why don't we just shoot our vows at each other?
Oh, that sounds great.
But the question I have to wrap this topic up is, have you guys ever witnessed a tradition at a wedding you've been to that was kind of strange?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And it wasn't even at the wedding. It was actually at the reception for me. I went to a wedding once, and I don't know if it was a cultural tradition or just that those particular families operated this way. But I went to a wedding where there was 0 dancing at the reception, and everyone besides the small group of friends that I went to knew that going into it. They were all prepared that there would be no dancing.
That's so weird.
They had a DJ though, so this is a weird thing. They had a dance floor and a DJ, and the DJ played music the entire night. Not a single person danced.
How bad would that feel for the DJ?
I think they must have known going
They
into it
had
too.
to.
I'm not sure, but it was I really wanted to dance. I like dancing at weddings. I don't
Yeah.
know why. It's
So,
fun.
did nobody dance, or were you not allowed to dance?
We were told there was no dancing, so I don't know
Okay.
if somebody had started it, maybe there would have been, the city of Footloose finally breaking free and embracing dancing, and everyone would have started. But that didn't happen. So nobody was willing to break the ice, and I don't think the majority of the people at the wedding were expecting anyone to want to break the ice. It just seemed like that was the deal.
That's so strange. Interesting, though. Interesting.
Yeah, my answer is way less exciting. It's just because, the whole tossing the bouquet and pulling off the garter and slinging
Yeah.
that into. I think that's weird. That's weird.
I think that's so weird.
It's
yeah.
inappropriate, and I don't know why people do it.
Yeah, that was one of the main
I
reasons
agree with
I wasn't
that.
surprised at all that there are some weird traditions in other countries because
Yeah.
we have some super strange ones that we do here.
I agree with that. I think that's also very weird. And I have a quick one. For some reason, growing up, whenever family friends got married or their kids got married and had weddings, I kind of just thought this was a thing at most weddings because I really only ever went to weddings like that for a long time. But they used to do this thing where they had made a bunch of like Jello shots, and you could pay like $1 for a Jello shot and a dance with the groom or the bride, and all that money would like go towards them, and you just get a Jello shot and you get to dance with them.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I went to a lot of weddings where like the dollar dance thing was popular. I don't think they did Jello shots for those, but you had to like pay $1 to dance with either the bride or the groom, and then that money would obviously go to the bride and groom as like a nice little cash flow.
That's what they called it too, was the dollar dance. But then there was the Jello shot incentive. Like you could just get a Jello shot too.
I
mean that's a great incentive. Awesome. One of the best weddings I ever went to, like when you walked in, and it wasn't even for the reception, it was for the actual wedding ceremony. They had a table of shots, and it was like, please take a shot as you find your seat. I was like, oh, this is going to be a good wedding.
That's awesome. But yeah, that was weird wedding ceremonies.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing.
Hello. If you can hear this, please come help us. We're trapped out here. We need help.
Today, I would like to share with you a game I like to call Is That City Bigger?
Oh, yes. I was hoping there would have been a game.
You may remember we played a few higher or lower games in the past based on movie production costs and IMDb ratings. But this time we'll be playing a similar game, but using population sizes of cities in the U.S.
Oh boy, okay.
So I'll give you the population of a city, and you'll have to tell me if the next city is higher or lower than the population of the first. So Kyle and Jordan, you'll both go back and forth providing answers, and the first to 3 correct answers will win the game. Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Well, we do need to decide who goes first. So in order to do that, we will select the person who has most recently eaten a pickled vegetable.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be a pickle or a cucumber that's been pickled. It just has to be a pickled vegetable.
Other than pickles, I don't think I've ever eaten a pickled vegetable.
Oh, there's some good ones out there. But anyway,
which are often
when's the last time you had a pickle?
Months.
Probably. I had a bite of a pickle a couple weeks ago, but that was it.
I think it was 2 months ago where I ate a pickle.
Pickle slices on sandwiches and things like that.
Okay, yeah, that was like yesterday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I didn't think about that. Yesterday.
Okay. Kyle, you still think you're months out?
Yeah, it's still months out.
Okay, Jordan, you're going to go first then because you have most recently eaten a pickled vegetable. I'm glad we figured that out. All right.
You too.
So your first city is Long Beach, California. It's got a population of 464,000 residents. Do you think that Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania has more or less than Long Beach?
More.
And you were wrong. Pittsburgh has a population of about 302,000.
Damn.
All right. Kyle, we're going to go to you.
Too full
and because
of people
Jordan
trying
got
to
it wrong.
escape.
Sorry, I cut you off there.
Pittsburgh's too full of people trying to escape.
Yeah. All right. So because Jordan got the question wrong, we're going to start with 2 brand new cities for you.
Okay.
If you get it right, we'll carry over the city, the second city, to be compared with another one. Phoenix, Arizona has a population of 1.7 million. Do you think that Columbus, Ohio has more or less people?
I'm going to go less.
And you are correct. Columbus has a population of 900,000. All right, so we're going to go over to Jordan, and you have Columbus on the board with 900,000 residents. Do you think that Palmdale, California has more or less?
What the fuck is Palmdale? I'm going to get this wrong. Less.
And less is correct.
Hey.
Palmdale's not that big. Population of 157,000.
I have
All
no
right,
idea
so
where that is.
the score is tied 1-1. Kyle, we're coming to you with Palmdale on the board. Population of 157,000. Do you think that Vancouver, Washington, remember these are U.S. cities, this is not Vancouver, Canada. Do you think Vancouver, Washington has more or less?
Then 100,000.
157,000.
57. More.
And you are correct. Kyle now has the
Yes.
lead, 2-1. Vancouver has 184,000.
Not by
Okay,
much.
Jordan, we're coming to you. You're down 1 point, but you can still gain it back here. Vancouver's on the board. 184,000 residents live in Vancouver, Washington. Do you think that Fort Worth, Texas has more or less?
182,000. Fort Worth. That's got to be more.
And you are correct. Significantly more, with 933,000 residents. So the score is tied again. If you both get the next set right, we'll be tied 3-3. And since Jordan started, it might actually just be fair to give Kyle the win here if he gets it right. But I'll let you two decide if you think that's fair or not.
think
I'm also
that's
fine to
right.
settle this thing in just a old-fashioned bare-knuckle brawl.
Ooh, 2 down. What are you doing tomorrow after work, Jordan?
Nothing. You're gonna beat me down on my birthday?
Yeah. Oh, tomorrow's your birthday? Shit.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday, Jordan.
Thanks. I'll gladly take a beating on my birthday, though.
Cool.
I like how Jordan's just assuming he'll lose.
Let's meet high noon on Kalamazoo Boulevard with dried fish.
There
and
you
duke
go.
it out.
Feet only.
Feet only.
Heck yeah.
First
Heck
one to
yeah.
tap out loses.
I feel like that would just tickle.
All right, Kyle, we're coming to you with Fort Worth on the board. 933,000 residents live in Fort Worth, Texas, or about that much. Do you think that Jersey City, New Jersey, has more or less?
Less.
Yeah.
And you are correct.
Yeah.
That gives Kyle 3 points and the win, unless we want to give Jordan the opportunity to steal.
No, fuck him. His birthday's tomorrow, not today.
That's true.
Wow,
Jordan,
Kyle
if you wanna
finally
play
won
the-
a game.
If you want to play the last round just for fun, just to see if you could
Yeah,
be
let's
considered
see.
in the same league as
Give
Kyle.
it to me.
Kyle's already got the win. That's secured. But just a measure of strength here for Jordan. Jersey City has 265,000 residents.
I'm gonna go with more.
I don't even know what the city is yet. All right, I'm not even going to read the city. We're just going to click more. The city was Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it has so much more, 1.5 million. So you got it right
Heck yeah.
without even knowing what the city was. That was some next level stuff.
I had a feeling it was gonna be Philadelphia. For some reason, I was manifesting it.
You just felt it in your bones.
Yeah, I had a picture of Gritty just pop up in my head.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. Well, thanks for playing the game, Kyle. You are our winner today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you the question first. What city in the U.S. have you never been to but want to visit?
Oh. I feel like I'd like to visit Austin, Texas. That seems like an interesting place to go. I don't know. It just seems like it has a cool scene down there. But
Yeah, I totally agree.
I'm not really a city person, so I'd probably get overwhelmed anyway. But I don't know. It seems like the coolest city in Texas.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, Austin does seem really cool. It's another city I also haven't been to, but it's on my list to visit. Don't worry, people that live there, I won't move there, but I do want to visit.
Yeah, there's no way I'm moving to Texas.
Same.
I want to go see a show at the Alamo Draft House, which is in Austin.
That would
Yeah.
the original draft. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd
Yeah.
be epic. I would love to do that.
Because they have a draft house here in Michigan in Kalamazoo.
Yep.
You're there?
It's-
Well,
it's-
not anymore.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it shut down.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Damn.
But that was a fun time. I went and saw Deadpool, the first one there.
Nice. All right. Well, Jordan, what city in the U.S. have you never been to but want to visit?
I would say probably San Diego, California.
Hell yeah. Well, you
I'm
got a place
going
to stay.
to Seattle next month, and I'm very excited about that because I've never been there either. So,
Another cool city.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Seattle was pretty cool.
I've always wanted to go to San Diego. I want to go to the San Diego Zoo, so.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I love zoos.
The safari park is really nice too.
What about you?
Yeah. For me, I think I don't know, there's been a handful of cities that were like on that list previously, and then I went to visit them and I was like, eh. So I always take it with a grain of salt, but one of the cities that I've never been to that I would really like to visit is New Orleans, just because the food and the music and the culture and everything there seems really awesome.
I would love to go back there. Some of the best food I've ever had.
Yeah, yeah, I know that.
I didn't even.
I love like
consider food.
Southern and Cajun food in general, but I also just know that there's like a ton of really, really nice restaurants there, even if they're not Cajun specific.
And a lot of good live music.
Just a ton of really talented musicians and stuff. So yeah, that's definitely on my list.
Well, let me know when you go there. I'll try to make it out.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do a group trip.
New Orleans. Hey, thanks for sharing your game. I'm glad I
Yeah.
won.
Anytime I can let Kyle win.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, have you ever had a beignet?
A beignet, yes, and I'm not directly from New Orleans, so or France, but yeah, I would like to try one from there.
Hell yeah. But yeah, thanks
That's
for
like-
running. That's a
It's
fun
like
game.
Guinness. I wanna have a Guinness from.
The Guinness Draft House in
Yeah.
Ireland. Apparently, it's a totally different experience.
Yeah.
When you have it from there, they taste totally different, which makes sense.
Yeah,
But
it
I
makes
just want
sense.
to. I just want to point out something rare happened tonight
What's
on
that?
this episode. Kyle won a game. That
Yeah.
rarely ever happens.
It's a rare occurrence. Season
I think
2,
it's
man,
happened
we're breaking
twice or
down
three.
barriers.
Yeah, and that's what season 2 is all about.
Yeah, exactly.
We're shifting the dynamic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're not
And
sitting
then-
on our laurels.
We're gonna shift the dynamic, and then we're just gonna not.
We're
Yep.
just gonna not.
Yeah.
We're just gonna not.
People came up to us and said, "Have you ever considered just not?" And we were like, "You know what? We haven't, but we will."
Season 2. We told them wait for season
Season 2.
And
It's
now we're gonna be
everything
like, wait for
you
season
wanted
3.
us.
2. Yeah.
Season 2, we didn't do all the stuff that you didn't want. That's the slogan.
We didn't do anything you wanted, and we did everything you didn't like. You're welcome.
And now we're
Season
doing
2, the worst one yet.
They
even
often said,
more
"How
fan
could it get
fiction.
worse?" But we showed them
Even
more
more
fan
fan
fiction.
fiction.
Yes.
Season 2, only fan fiction.
Only 45, 55.
Yeah.
I know this is kind of long, but can I hit you guys with a riddle?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I heard
Are
this.
we gonna leave this in?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
or I could tell you after.
Nope. We're leaving
Well,
it
it's
in.
already in.
Well,
you gotta do
I
it
heard
now.
this on a podcast the other day, and some
Mm-hmm.
people at work thought it was stupid, but I think it's kind of cool and funny. So, somebody is holding a bee in their hand. What are they?
Beholder.
Correct. Well, yeah, you're halfway there.
Are they stung?
They're beautiful because beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Ah. There we
Yeah, I
are.
like that one.
There we are.
And he wasn't even ruined by my half attempt at a solve.
You got further than anyone else has, so congrats.
God, that's gonna go on my resume.
Almost. Andrew almost solved the riddle.
Almost solved a riddle.
Oh, I love it.
Got about a third of the way there and then got the answer from someone else.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold up. I'm gonna go ahead and write your intro for the next episode. And he almost solved a riddle. Andrew, there we go.
Perfect.
Done for next time. Well, that about wraps it up. Join us again next time where we do it all again. And remember, as Snoop Dogg says, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening, and keep an eye out for another episode of Today I Would Like to Share.
Yeah, and make sure you look us up on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast app of your choice.
Once you find us and give us a listen, please leave us an honest review of what you think of the show. You can do so at Apple Podcasts.
And YouTube.
Or send us an email at contact@blamoindustries.com. That's contact@blamoindustries.com.